Well, today, this 5 tons with guns coming back with you. Today, we're going to talk about an alternative fuel for your lighter. Your if you have a Zippo, what have you. But I think that in a in-world situation, you probably ought to have a fuel-powered lighter. Now, Bics are fine, but how good are they going to be after a few years of storage? We all know that the flints will corrode and will get stuck into the mechanism after a few years. But lighter fluid, here's an alternative fuel, and the fuel that I have found that's best, and I can back this up, in that we used naphtha in the coal mines. And yeah, I've been an underground miner. In our flame safety lamps to test for methane gas and also for oxygen deficiency. And naphtha is what MSHA, Mine Safety Health Administration, requires for you to use in an underground permissible flame safety lamp. Naphtha is about 70% octane, and I've been using this from the mining days when we found out about naphtha in the mine. Why we would all get some of that, and we fill it up in these little flasks to power our Zippo lighters. And it's a pretty good safe way to keep them too. A lot better than these. It's a good substitute. It's even better in that it has a good shelf life. You know, you're lucky if you get it 70% octane. And the thing with that lower octane, why you've got a longer shelf life. Like, we all know that the higher the octane, why the less stable that your fuel is going to be. Naphtha is about 70% octane. It is a natural derivative from oil wells. We used to burn it in our vehicles in the 60s and 70s. It's also the top of whenever they distill petroleum. This naphtha is the top of the distillation process. So it's around 70% octane. Well, it keeps. And I have had this particular can. This is Varnish Makers and Painters naphtha. Now I've had this, I've got a copyright date here. I hope you can see this. We can close in on here. 1996. We do it all right here? We can't see it? Anyway, take my word for it. 1996, 22 years. and we're still using out of this can. Nice shelf life. Now I want to go over with you, I was looking for flints when I run across the website on alternative fuels. I've seen gentlemen, nice fellows, who were experimenting with lamp oil and such, and all of that. And with not very good results. Now, I want to give you a volatility. I've gone and done some research on volatility of different fuels. And we can get a close-up here of this little list. The lowest octane, we got diesel, kerosene. We got, depending on whether it's number 1 or number 2, you've got a range of 15 to 25 octane. White gas for a coal and stove, 50 to 55 octane. Naphtha, we have 70 octane, if that. Propane, (104 to 112 octane. Lacquer thinner, 110. And I could not find any octane on paint thinner or mineral spirits. However, I have used and burned all of these in a situation where I had to press a vehicle in 80 miles away in the bush, and all I had was either oil or some kind of other fuel for both either diesel or a gasoline powered engine, just to get in to the home base. Cut.